Well, the Home Minister Amit Shah, along with top officials of the National Investigating Agency, other investigators over here, presumably also Jammu and Kashmir Police, which has had a huge role in the breakthrough over here, they are meeting now at, I believe, the Home Minister's residence. This is an absolutely critical meeting which is taking place. The Home Minister was over here yesterday as well, just a short distance away. He walked actually in front of me. It was just before midnight when he actually came over here. He'd gone to the LNJP hospital as well. And then, of course, he came over here, spent between 7 and 10 minutes. And in just the last little while, we've got a statement of resolve from India, that a reminder that Op Sindoor is not over. Op Sindoor is after the Pahalgam terror attack in which 26 people were killed. India making the point that that terrorism is not a new normal for India, and that India would retaliate in some way, shape or form whenever there was a terrorist incident which takes place. Now, again, as I state that, it's important to assert that this doesn't mean knee-jerk reactions. It means cool, calculated moves, and it's not an instant reaction by any means. It's something that the government would need to look at very, very closely. Let's go straight across to Vishal Vivek, who's been tracking this story along with the rest of us. Vishal, this meeting of the Home Minister, very, very significant. What are you picking up? And do we actually expect a major statement to come at the end of it?
Well, a major statement will indeed be released, but the meeting, whether or not it started or not, that remains to be seen. We are right outside Amit Shah's residence. That's about 50 meters from here. You can see security personnel standing in the distance. They're guarding the residence. We also have fellow media personnel here who've been standing here with me for the last 2 hours, waiting for the meeting to start. We have heard from a few sources that indicates the meeting could, have some really big, repercussions as far as Jaish-e-Mohammed is concerned, because that is the terror group at the center of this whole conspiracy. The terror module that's been spearheaded by a team of doctors. That's been the most shocking factor, because at least 5 doctors are believed to be in this team. One of them is also a female doctor that is seemingly the sister of, she's related to the sister of Masood Azhar, who leads Jaish-e-Mohammed. So all of that angles will be explored, because the top honchos of the security establishment, whether it's the IB chief, the NIA chief, the Delhi police chief, they're all here. The JNK police, as you rightly mentioned, will be joining virtually. Just a few moments ago, the Delhi police chief and the NIA chief walked into this meeting. We'll have the details. This meeting could last up to about 2 hours, is what we've heard. So we'll have to wait for some concrete statements on that. But the Jaish-e-Mohammed terror angle has almost been established. How many people were totally involved, that remains to be seen. But we have 5 key names, ranging from the suspected bomber Mohammad Umar to his brother Amir, and also another person named Umar, who also is a doctor who has been apprehended from JNK with the help of JNK police. So all of these angles will be explored. We will be bringing the updates. We are right now right outside the Amit Shah residence. Talking about the commuters here, you can see the traffic is going on pretty smoothly. There don't seem to be too many restrictions. Authorities are keeping everything under check, but the people are going about their daily activities. I also traveled on the same road through different metro routes. People are talking about this incident. They are worried. People could be seen, on social media to get the latest updates. But the situation, as far as authorities are concerned, they seem to be on top of this incident. They seem to be taking everything under their control. But as far as the investigation is concerned, the initial FSL report will be tabled today. That will also have key details of the meeting, because that is what will determine whether the suspected bomber was in the car or not. Because Dr. Umar's remains, the suspected remains, they will have to be matched with the DNA of his mother, of his skin. So that is part of the investigation. Is still to be done. We are here right at the place where all the action is happening. All the meetings are happening. This is the highest level meet that we've seen so far ever since the incident occurred, the terror incident, the suspected terror. It's been about 14 to 15 hours. We'll have to wait for the meeting to get over, and then we'll have the latest details.
All right. Okay, I'm just going to go across to Anushka and Aditya, who've been tracking this story with me. Anushka has been looking at the families at LNJP Hospital. There are so many people who are injured in all of this, and we hope that they recover from their injuries, and of course at least 10 people who've lost their lives. But Aditya, what I'd like to do with you, and it's happened really, really fast, is we have a clear-cut idea of who was responsible in this, and that has to do with the fact that many of the key suspects had already been arrested over the last couple of weeks. So let's break this conversation into 2 or 3 parts. Let's first talk about Umar Mohammed and how the car was traced down to him. How did that happen?
Well, Umar Mohammed is the key to this entire terror conspiracy, Vishnu, because Umar Mohammed is somebody who is associated with Muzammil as well as Adil. He is someone who was sitting in that car that led to that explosion. Was it a suicide bombing? Only Delhi police can answer. But clearly, Umar Mohammed has a lot to do with what happened yesterday. The kind of deadly explosion that took place outside the Red Fort in the heart of the national capital. In fact, what we are being told is that he was with Muzammil perhaps yesterday morning in Faridabad when the raid took place, and when he got the whiff of the raid, he escaped from that location. There's an entire CCTV of Umar Mohammed driving in that particular vehicle from Faridabad in Haryana towards New Delhi from the Badarpur border. And it's not amply clear right now whether he had any 1 or 2 accomplices with him. That's still under investigation. But here, when he reached Red Fort, he was alone. He parked his car inside one of the parkings near the metro station right behind me where I'm standing. And immediately after that, we saw 2 to 3 hours Umar Mohammed staying inside that parking. And there, either he was in panic or in desperation to act in some way because most of his accomplices had been arrested, or he was waiting for some kind of a final order from his handlers in Kashmir Valley or Pakistan. On your screens right now, latest visuals coming in from the exact area where the blast took place. There is paramilitary, there's Delhi police deployed here. The entire area has been covered in a white sheet to prevent any kind of exposure, and the forensic teams, apart from the teams of the NIA and the Delhi police, are here because the NIA officially will be taking over the investigation perhaps in a couple of hours from now after the meeting with the Home Minister really ends. But the crucial link to this entire episode, Vishnu, is Umar Mohammed, who in fact apparently has been killed in the explosion because it seems to be a suicide bombing. When he was desperate, he had to act in a certain way. He either thought that he would be arrested or nabbed by the police, and that's why he had to act. Also, what is very important here to mention is that Umar Mohammed was driving his vehicle from the parking lot near the metro station in Red Fort towards New Delhi. So was his intended target something different? Perhaps a high-level installation or a sensitive building in New Delhi, because that is just in the periphery, a couple of kilometers away from here, within 5 to 10 minutes distance. But when he was at the Subhash Chowk, red light, that's where the explosion took place. At least 10 people died.
Just hold on for half a second.